They don't like us over there. They wear guns and.
But we need to figure out what all we need, and then start looking.
Yeah.
I mean, this.
Okay. Anything else?
Go get your tape measure. That's it.
Briefly, I just came to my attention that we have the attorney for City of Canton here that would like to discuss the issue if y'all have some time, just briefly. This is a request they submitted a little while back, but they are interested in a de-annexation of a fire district, which you probably recall that law was amended not too long ago with us involved in that amendment, where now the fire districts don't have a say in the de-annexation. We can de-annex. So this is a request for you to consider, and if that's something y'all would like to do, y'all can direct me to whatever y'all need to do. But if you would allow her a couple of minutes, she was going to present that.
Good evening, Board of Supervisors. How are y'all this evening? I'm here with our Chief, Kenna Pierce, and we're here to request a de-annexation of the Gluckstadt Fire District from the City of Canton. And Chief Pierce can elaborate more frequently.
Well, what it is, it's the South Madison Fire District. And what it is, the city limits is in that area. And what's taking place is that the citizen and the business are being double taxed. They getting double taxation. And that's messing with the economic development of the city of Canton because the business don't want to come down there if they're getting double taxed. Canton Fire, we're already doing all inspection. They're under our codes. They get the approval from us to do anything in that area. So the main thing is that the business and the citizens are getting double taxed. When we already, they already in our fire district. There's no way we can get out of it because spoke to the rating bureau, and like I said, we getting charged for it regardless.
And we're servicing them already.
Yeah, we're servicing
them already.
And just to refresh everybody's memory, this issue came back up and we never really revisited because of some of the concerns that were expressed by South Madison. But there's maybe 8 houses in Sheila's district, and then you have this situation in City of Canton where there's overlaps in districts, and under the existing law, whoever was there first is the primary provider, and then if there's overlap just because district lines change at some point in time, then you have a secondary provider. The argument that South Madison made in opposition to this before, and Kim, I think they've communicated they have the similar opposition for this request as well, is their position is that if we remove them, if we de-annex this area, that the insurance for those people will go up. Now,
who is they?
I'm sorry. Henry and South Madison's position has been that if we, and of course they were up here last time we discussed this issue, but they believe, and Henry says he's talked to the Department of Insurance, but I think we're getting different responses on that. I think it's just a dispute of fact on whether, depending on who the provider is, who the insurance provider is. David, you're more familiar with insurance. You might be able to speak to this. But Henry's position and the South Madison Fire District's position is that if we de-annex, it will increase those insurance premiums for those households. And so effectively balance out the savings or actually be more for them in a de-annexation.
And see, Archie,
I can speak.
he's got contrasting information to that as well, saying that it will not
Yeah.
raise the rate. So I think there is a difference in fact.
Yeah. So what it is right now is no residents in that area except for the apartment complex that's coming up, and also the Germantown market right there, which is in the city limits. There's no other structure. We're not trying to come into South Madison Fire District with none of the residents. It's just the corporate city limits or city of Canton. I talked to the rating bureau Tuesday, and what he stated was, like I said, dealing with the fire district. Canton Fire District, like I said, is getting charged because it's in the city limits. Now, South Madison, their fire district right there, they're getting charged. They will get charged when they don't have to get charged for that because it's in the city limits of Canton, and we're responsible for it. So, it's just the honest truth.
And by they getting charged, what he's talking about is the taxpayers. They have a double tax. The rating in that.
Both ratings are class 6 right now.
So it doesn't really matter
So
as far as the rating.
What it is they're getting double taxed.
Yeah, I got that.
What is the legal?
Well, you could do either legally.
Let me say what nobody else said.
Legally,
What is
you
the
could de-annex if you would like to.
But Katie,
This
what
is-
I need to see is how this kind of, has it always been this way, or has Canton incorporated over time? And I'd like to see a like a date line is what
Who
I'd
was
like
first?
to see.
Okay.
Well, that and where we are now too. You know.
I think South Madison was first, weren't they, or was Kennex? I thought
Hang on.
their
What took
district-
place is this whole thing. It came about remember when they was going to do that big shopping plaza out there? When they was going to do that right there, they wanted to be in the city limits, inside the city limits, and so that's why they pushed for us to annex that area. It's been
When was
about
it
about
annexed?
6 or 7 years ago. We annexed that area. It doesn't have anything to do with the annexation of all the stuff that's going on right now.
Curious about how we got here. You
Yes,
know what I'm
ma'am.
saying?
That-
It would
yes,
help
ma'am.
me if you just write down on this date this happened,
Yes,
so that
ma'am.
I
We don't
have.
want to overstate any facts or misstate any facts.
Yeah.
Yes,
so I
ma'am.
think we could go back to the drawing board and get those.
That would
facts.
be great. For
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
I'll let
Yes,
John know if y'all want to bring this up at the next meeting because I think they want to be here to speak to it as well. It's the same complaints they had the last time we tried this. They think that the insurance rates will increase, and that is debatable. I've heard some people say it will, and some people say it won't. So.
Want the legal answer.
I told
not
you.
what John or whoever saying.
Well,
If you
legally,
have to
y'all
call
can-
to the state to get the right answer.
Le-
Call to the state.
legally, y'all can de-annex or not de-annex. This is not a legal issue. You have the authority to de-annex. It's whether or not you think it's a good decision, because the arguments that it would be a good decision is that you will not be double taxing these individuals. The arguments that it would be a bad decision is it could potentially increase their insurance premiums. So that's not a legal issue. You can if you want to. It's whether or not you want to.
Yeah. And then, like I say, I mean,
And it's
then
just
from the expert. I mean,
It's just commercial that we're talking about, right?
commercial and as residential, we have 600
Oh, yeah,
units
the
apartment.
apartments.
We have
Yeah.
600 units apartment. Like I said, they going through our codes and all that. But like you guys stated, to get the correct answer, not from me and not from is Richard Parham, the rating bureau guy. Like I said, he's just a straight shooter. I mean, Richard Parham. And like I say, if
I
anybody
can
wants.
get this information and leave it with you as well.
Sure. I mean, I'll
Yes,
call
yes.
them. I know we revisited this a while back, and like I said, different people were taking different opinions, and it ultimately came down to who was the insurance provider and, specifics that would address
But wouldn't
whether or
it
not
be-
the rate would
If
increase.
we did this, though, wouldn't it make sense to do all of it that's inside the city of Canton?
Yeah.
All at one time? If we move forward with this.
Okay.
I said if we move forward with this, let's just look at all the city limits of Canton that's down that way and the next.
Well, I think that's what they're
we're talking
asking.
about. Yes, sir.
That's what they're asking for.
Yes, sir.
All the areas.
That's
all.
all.
The,
We ain't trying to
areas.
get no area or no net. It just was in the city limits that Canton that's getting double taxed. That was our main concern. Like I said, because we still have mutual aid agreement. When we call them, they come. When they call us, we come. Yes, sir.
So if y'all would like to do that, if that's the board's decision, the way we would do that is you would direct me to prepare what's called a de-annexation resolution, and we would pass that. Now, last time we tried to pass a de-annexation resolution, City of Madison was here to, against it. They were opposing it. So, and my understanding is they have the same opposition. So, whatever y'all want to do, it's up to the board.
I'd still like to see a timeline first.
What was it?
A timeline on how the city is incorporated area over time, over the last, say, since you said 10 or so years.
Yeah, it's been a while when the business people down there they came and we annexed that area with no opposition back then.
Right, because it's just commercial.
Right. It's just commercial.
There's
and
nobody
then-
to vote.
And
But
then we
now-
got
but
those
now
we
it's-
got those
now it
apartment
is.
complex and like I say, the apartment complex they're getting double. Where it's gonna start getting double taxed.
Yeah, I have the same situation in my district, and it's 4 homeowners now, and they told me they want to pay double tax because they don't want. So anyway, I just want to see the timeline.
All right.
Well, thank you for your consideration, and thank you for letting us speak on this
ma'am.
behalf,
Yes,
even
ma'am.
though you
Thank
didn't have
ma'am.
our
Yes,
request.
ma'am. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
All right, thanks, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
Ronnie? Jeremy?
few things very briefly. The first thing is effective actually tonight at midnight, or October the 1st, our current medical provider at the Detention Center, Mississippi Correctional Services, is dissolving. We have a, Katie, correct me if I'm saying this wrong, a novation agreement to where Vital Core is going to assume or take over the current contract at the current rates, no changes. I just need to request that the board president, that y'all accept this and the board president be able to sign it so I can get it then to Mississippi Correctional Services and the new company that's going to take over for them so that they can take over at midnight. Go ahead, Katie. And Katie has reviewed it. I'm sorry.
By new company, this is just the company who has purchased the old company, so it's not like a new vendor coming in. Yeah.
That's not so scary.
All right, motion to acknowledge or approve?
Approve.
Approve.
This is an amendment to the agreement.
Make a motion for approval.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
I also have with me a copy of the DCS support agreements for our NCIC software and our CAD RMS report writing and jail management software that has been executed by that company. I just would like for y'all to acknowledge that and me turn it over for a copy for the board minutes that this will be the service support agreement that will take effect October 1 for the beginning of next year.
We have a motion?
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Any old business?
I just have one very brief item for executive session. It shouldn't take 2 minutes.
Any new business? All right, motion to go into closed determination. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried.